100,000 qualified students unemployed, are we allowing too many people to go to uni, flooding the job market with overqualified graduates?
Ah, the good old days. You remember, when you left school, got a job, worked for 50 years, then retired. Good times. But the world changed. When K-Rudd came to power, he promised that 40% of young people would have a uni degree by 2025. And guess what? We smashed it. Since then, the number of people who have a uni degree has grown by 26%. And the number of people with a master's has jumped by 41%. More good times, right? Wrong. Zoya Patel has a degree from ANU and a master's from Griffith University. She's also learned to make a mean latte.
After graduating, it actually took me about 8 months and literally hundreds of applications before I secured a job.
Zoya isn't alone. Only 69% of university graduates last year found a job within 4 months of finishing, down from 85% in 2008, meaning there's a lot of really highly qualified waiters out there. Now our top unis are warning so many people have degrees that employers don't see them as special anymore.
Over 60% of Australian workers have some kind of higher diploma or university degree. We are seeing a process of credential inflation, whereby people are getting more and more credentials, even when they're not required for the job that they're doing.
In the end, though, I found that it actually had zero effect on my employability, and the roles that I've gotten have actually been as a result of my work experience rather than the degrees that I have.
I didn't go to uni, and as you can see, I'm sitting right here beside these suckers. Petty for the win. High five.
No.
So is the problem that we have too many graduates and not enough jobs, or are we too hung up on the idea of just going to uni, even if
one of those universities? Vicky, I imagine you're going to get all sorts of accusations about being elitist now. So why can't someone who wants to go to university and has the ability to get through a uni degree be able to go?
That is not what the Group of 8 is saying, and in fact, those students who are capable of going to university are coming to our universities, and in fact we've seen an increase in the number of students coming to universities by a significant number since the demand-driven system and just before that was introduced. What we are saying and the questions that we're posing are, what are universities there to do? Are we there just to be a degree factory to provide students with the skills for a job, and a job which may not exist, or a job which may change over their lifetime? The second question is, if we have so many people going to university, does that actually devalue the degree that they're getting? If everyone's got one, what is the value of that degree? And then the third issue that we're posing is there a community view now that if you don't go to university and you choose to do a trade or you go to vocational education, are you deemed a failure?
Vicky, what about TAFE? Does TAFE have a PR problem?
Look, I'm not sure that's true. I think what is really an interesting observation is the pressure that's on students now, that if you do go to TAFE, that you are somehow, you don't have the same level of esteem, if you like, as if you have a degree. Where that's reinforced is when we have employers advertising for base-level jobs and they're insisting that they are bachelor qualified. There's a lot of work to be done by both government, the industry and, of course, the university sector to ensure that we don't have those different levels of esteem, and that wherever you go, any education is a good thing, wherever you go.
Vicky, I'm intrigued by the Group of 8. Do you have your own logo and capes, and where do you meet? I'm intrigued by it.
Oh, it's all sort of the dark arts. We don't have our own cape, and we meet in Canberra. We're actually based in Canberra, and we're 8 fantastic universities.
Vicky, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Waleed.
Clearly we have a problem because in New South Wales alone, I think the figure is there's 10,000 teacher graduates who've graduated from university with a teaching degree. There's too many people in there that shouldn't be in there. There shouldn't be anything wrong with the word elite, and we need to get the smartest people in Australia and put them in the smartest courses.
So you put a cap on it, you reckon?
Of course you do, absolutely.
But also like the point she's making about other forms of education. Like, you can get degrees in things now that once upon a time you just didn't need degrees for. You would just do that sort of stuff on the job. And I reckon making everything about uni's just made it very, very strange.
We've made a mistake.
It's also raised a lot of money, hasn't it? Made a lot of money for the
Well, it's sort of. Only sort of, because a lot of people can't pay up front, right? So they just have these debts. So, like, this is the problem. We have this huge funding problem. That's why the government's trying to figure out a way to pay for all this stuff, and then we complain that degrees are going to be too expensive.
Do they need pokies in the unis?
No.
That's not helpful, Pete.
It worked when you couldn't get in. That's when it worked.
Yeah, right.
When you couldn't get in.
Did you go to uni?
No, I couldn't get in. I wasn't smart enough.
Yeah.
What did you want to do?
I don't think I should tell you that.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's a bit sort of weird.
What?
Go on. Oh, we've got to do this. What is it?
Did they not offer uni or something?
First of all, I wanted to be in the Navy.
Yeah.
Then I wanted to be a sports teacher.
Oh.
I failed at both.
Why is that weird?
Don't you think I'd be a bit of a strange sailor?
I think you are a bit of a strange sailor, actually, Stephen.
We could have been a sports teacher.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't have jumped over the hurdles. Anyway,